This video and others like it are funded by viewers like you. Thanks for your support. A TV channel worker met a woman on a dating app and ended up out cold for more than 20 hours. This and a couple of other stories coming up. Follow along.
You're watching DC-born Rob, Racing Borders. And now, the news.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Thanks for watching. You're watching DC-born Rob, Racing Borders. I'm DC Rob. Let's jump into this first story. Pay attention to the guard in this one. A terrifying story of a TV channel worker who was scoped and ripped off after meeting a woman on a dating app. An employee of the city TV channel told the terrible story he experienced when he agreed to go out with a woman from a dating app. The man was ripped off of around the amounts of 15 million pesos. According to the affected person, he met this woman through a dating application. She told them that her name was Sophia and that she was 24 years old. The strangest thing about the case is that the man received a message from this woman on WhatsApp, and at no time he had shared his WhatsApp number with her. She responded that she had access to this information since she had worked in a call center. The day of the appointment, Saturday, February 17th, when the woman met up on the app, they agreed to meet at the victim's house around 9 p.m., but the woman arrived at around 11:30 p.m., stating that she had done a favor for a friend and was going by to buy some things at a pharmacy, and therefore that took a while. Around 11:48 p.m., they entered the apartment. The woman was wearing a black jacket and carrying a purse. Once in the apartment, he offered her whiskey to drink, to which she said she wanted some of that wine that she had managed to see that he had in the kitchen. He drank his whiskey. She told him that she loved playing cards, and at that moment, he stopped to look for them. He presumes that this is the moment when she took advantage to scope him. He remembers that they played 2 or 3 games and doesn't remember anything else. In the security cameras, you see the moment the woman comes out with a white sweater that covers her face. And she also carries a travel suitcase where she would have stored things. But now they have not found the woman's whereabouts, but the victim's family questions the guard and why he let her out that way. Because the woman he met on the app stole from him. Thank goodness I had 82,000 pesos, but those 82,000 were taken out in purchases at store, said the affected person. But he points out that 15 million pesos in cards, cell phones, televisions, watches, computer, cash, wallet, documents, and even the keys to the apartment were stolen. He was out cold for 20 hours, and when he came to, he saw that he was releasing streams of blood from his face and went down to the best that he could, the reception. From there, he was transferred to a healthcare center where he was given several days of disability. The guard, bro. Check that guard out. Our next story, unconscious and without documents, they find a foreigner in the historic center of Cartagena. The tourist was on the ground, without shoes and in a precarious state of health. They helped him like this. A foreign tourist was found out cold, disoriented, without documents and without shoes at one end of the historic center of Cartagena in the morning of this Sunday, February 18th. The man was on the ground near the wall cordon in front of the well-known shopping center in the San Diego neighborhood. People who passed through the area noticed his poor health and called the police. The uniformed officers carried out an inspection of the place and felt the foreigner's pulse. So they immediately took him to a nearby medical center where, until now, doctors are trying to identify what happened to him. Apparently, the man is somewhat conscious and in an apparent state of intoxication, which is why it is believed that he had contact with a foreign substance. Some assume it was scopolamine, but it will be the authorities who confirm what happened. The tourist did not have a cell phone, documents, money, or other important belongings at the time he was found, so it is presumed that he was robbed. They hope that he will return to normal so that he can tell what he experienced. The police call on natives and visitors to the city to be cautious when interacting with strangers, especially in public and crowded places. Everything to avoid tragedies. The victim remains in a medical center recovering. His identity is unknown. Okay, this last story, what do you think? Canada issues a statement to its citizens warning of the dangers in Colombia. Canadian immigration authorities issued a detailed warning to its citizens about considering whether or not to travel to Colombia. In this statement, they ask Canadians to be very cautious with the levels of insecurity and crime in the national territory. In addition, they invite them to consider whether or not to travel to the country, listing risks and sectors which would not be safe for them to visit, such as departments that have a risk of crimes associated with illegal armed groups. Among those mentioned are Araucao, Caqueta, Cauca, Choco, and the borders with Venezuela. Panama, and Ecuador. Among the advice Canadians receive are: do not walk alone in isolated areas, do not travel after dark, do not dress conspicuously, and keep valuables stored safely. It is possible that this statement issued by Canada is due to the fact that in recent days there have been several cases of foreigners passing in Colombia. So there you go. Also, someone passed on to me, well, they asked me, did I know about the water outage in Cartagena? I see this every day that water's out somewhere, so I really don't pay any attention to it. And it never dawned on me that visitors may have to deal with this. So if you're staying at an Airbnb in a neighborhood and your neighborhood is out of water, you can't flush, you can't wash, you can't shower, it's an issue. So I felt this pain. So keep that in mind. You may want to check with your Airbnb, especially a couple of days before you check in, and ask them, is the water scheduled to be out? Because a lot of times, like even in my building here, the water is scheduled to be out. They'll let us know 3 or 4 days ahead of time. This Thursday between 12 and 3, the water's going to be out. So I know I'm straight. I got water in the fridge, and I make sure my toilet is ready, and I keep a bucket just in case I need it. So, you know, it was 3 hours, and, you know, come on, you can make it 3 hours. But if it's out for days, and if I'm not mistaken, he said it was out for a few days, that's a problem. Anyway, those stories pop up all the time. That and other local crimes that I don't even deal with. I focus on anything that has to do with tourists, hence these 3 stories. Anyway, you're up to date with the latest from Medellin, Colombia, and Colombia as a whole. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to travel, but travel safe.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the flight crew, thank you for flying with us and have a pleasant day.
Okay, hold on, guys. Right quick. If you need to have things shipped to Colombia, shipped to someone else, or shipped to yourself to Colombia from the United States, make sure you reach out to CaribbeanShipper.com. CaribbeanShipper.com. The contact information is coming next. Join me on social media. I am DC Born Rob Official on Instagram. I am DC Born Rob Official 1 on TikTok. I am DC Born Rob O on Twitter. Don't be like this guy right here.
You're just so stupid. I had to send you a video to let you know you're so stupid.
That's right. Don't be like this guy right here. Join me on social media. Headed to Medellin, Colombia? See my guy Andres with Nomad Travel for safe airport pickups and drop-offs and tours. Contact information in the description below. Okay, guys, another day, another trip. I'm getting ready to hit the road, and guess what? One product I'm taking with me. That's right. It's the Epica Travel Adapter. It's going with me wherever I go. You need to do the same.
Thanks for hitting like. You did the right thing by hitting like. Thanks for hitting like. Thanks for hitting like. DC Born Rob.
If you're in Medellin and you need dental work done, from a basic cleaning to major reconstructive surgery, come see my guy, Dr. Carlos Maury. Contact information in the description below.